I want to believe you have been wondering why over the months or over the weeks, Sammy Flex TV has been doing more of international interviews. We call this International Connect. We are trying to connect to the world because after establishing in Ghana, what we have to do is to travel to the world. So from Austria, Germany, here and there, we're going straight to the US of A, where Donald Trump is still the president. In case you don't know, I'm giving you a reminder. Donald Trump is still the president of US of A, where our beautiful lady here with us on Sammy Flex TV, that is where she lives. She has a story to tell us. She has songs. I'm talking about quality. I just listened to one of her songs. Yeah, liar, Mr. Politician. I love that one because we know in Ghana they have lied to us several times. Let's get into details of her story. My name is Sammy Flex, and this is The Real Talk on Sammy Flex TV. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, thanks to Richie Flex. They are the producers of the show. I have just one name, Sammy Flex, and her name is Chiney Kiki. Make no mistake, don't say Chiney Kiki. Kiki, welcome. I hope if I call you Kiki, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Because that one is very simple to mention.
That's my nickname, actually.
That's your nickname,
yes.
Kiki.
Kiki.
Does it have any other meaning apart from just mentioning it?
So the basic meaning is my actual name is Shanique, and people used to say Shaniki, and I never really liked the key at the end, so they just called me Kiki.
Oh,
Further down the line, people added different meanings, like for instance, in Jamaica, a person who sells weed or has weed, their name is Kiki, or the weed is called Kiki. So
a person who has weed or sells weed?
Sells weed or smokes a lot of weed, Kiki. Like if you have any Kiki on you, it's weed.
Okay,
yeah.
So do you also do it? Since you have the name. So I want to know if the name is a coincidence or reality.
Both.
Both. Ah, whoa.
Both,
okay.
yeah.
So I am also Kiki. I have something on me. You can meet me so we have a share. Now, what is your lineage? Jamaica, Ghana. How is it like? Tell me about it.
So my father is actually Ghanaian. My mother is Jamaican. Her father is Chinese Jamaican. So it's a whole mixing pot I have going on there. Yeah.
So have you lived in Ghana? Have you lived in Jamaica?
I've never lived in Ghana. I visited Ghana for the first time 2 years ago. This is my second time. And I've lived in Jamaica when I was younger and then migrated back to the States. I was born in America, went to school, grew up in Jamaica, and then went back to the States when I was like 9 or 10.
Okay. And at the moment, are you doing music full-time or music alongside other things?
Music alongside other things. I also am a creative director. I also have a 9-to-5. I also do dip into different avenues just to stay active, which all reflects right back to music.
Now, checking through your profile, I read that you are also a dancer.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, I just checked some of her videos on YouTube. You too can go there. Yeah, Chiney Kiki. Check her out on YouTube with some serious dance moves. Are you still dancing? Are you still doing active dancing?
I dance, but not as much as I used to, but keep waiting. I'm going to surprise you guys really soon. Maybe with some
why are you not dancing as you used to? What has changed?
Because I took up music more. I'm more serious about music, which includes like promotions, tours, studio time. So that really, music is a thing where it's like, it's very jealous. You have to decide if you're going to do music or you're not going to do it. You can't be half and half. So I'm focusing more on music, which again, it takes up more time writing and all of that sort of stuff. So it takes away more time from the dancing, but at the end of the day, I still have the passion for dancing. So that's something that I'm most likely never going to stop.
I see. Now let's get into your music background. Are you an independent artist or you have been signed on to a label?
I'm an independent artist. I've had some people attempt to sign me to a label, but I haven't found the right one yet. So right now, independence is what we're doing with.
What do you mean by you haven't found the right one? Is it because they don't have enough money?
No.
Is it because you are looking for some $1 million they're not giving you?
Just terms. Like certain persons, they want... When you're an artist and you're signed, you have to understand that it's not your own life. That sounds weird, but you have a certain schedule, which I'm perfectly fine with. But some persons, like, they want just the terms that they have. I don't really deal with it. Like, they want me to change basically who I am, how I dress, the type of music I do. I want to do music not only that is conscious, but real, like someone that can relate to it. I'm not just going to be singing about any booga wagga, So I I back off from certain deals, and if it doesn't work for me, if I'm working myself off and it's still not working at the end of the day, I feel like I shouldn't do it, because at the end of the day, what matters most is my meditation. Yeah.
But then doing it as an independent artist, especially looking at where you are based, are you likely to still go to the extent you want to go? Because I know your people understand music. So for instance, if you are signed onto any of the bigger labels, they make their work easier for you.
Yes, but again, if I'm, all right, say for instance, if I want to strictly stick to conscious music and also music that people can relate to, but you want me to broke down and whine and head top, and I'm not going to do that because I'm not comfortable with that. And to me, I would still rather back off from doing an opportunity like that than to sell my soul. Not per se saying that any artist that does that is selling their soul, but I per se don't believe in that as me as an artist doing that. So I feel like if that is what you're about to sign me, and it's perfectly fine. Some matches aren't made to be meshed together, you know.
Can I interpret it to be that you don't want to follow the rules? You don't want to be disciplined to the rules in the paper. That's why I don't want to sign any deal?
No, I disagree. I'm perfectly fine with rules because music in itself has certain rules that you have to follow. However, if it is going to change me as a person or what I believe in, I would rather just step away from it.
I see. Now, I have realized that you've seen some interest in Ghana already.
Yes,
you have a song with a Ghanaian artist,
yes,
in the person of Jupiter. How was the connection? How did it start?
The connection was natural, actually. We both were on an interview with Abeku Santana. He had a live show on Wednesdays, and it was like, I wouldn't really say coincidence, but it was just a natural vibe, you know. He was interviewed first, and then I was interviewed second, and we did a live performance, and we just clicked. And after, when the cameras were off, he was like, yo, we need to link up. We shook hands and exchanged numbers, and that was it. We met in the studio the same week. I went there, he played a few rhythms, and then I heard this rhythm, and from the I was like, yeah, this is it. So we just automatically connected. We stayed in the studio for like a good while, vibing to other rhythms and, you know, just talking about music and stuff like that. That's what I like to do when I connect with artists. I like to know their background, you know, what kind of music they like. We talk about history and stuff like that. So that overall, I feel like if I'm going to push out something into the universe with you, I should know who you are. So
now, are you recognized musically in Jamaica, where you come from?
Yes, I wouldn't say that I am a huge, you know, like Chronics or something like that, but I have been on a few big interviews like Cool FM. There's a few interviews I've done, RJR. So, you know, yeah, people have also been telling me lately that, yo, I see your stuff, you know, good job. So, yeah, I would say that.
So getting someone like Jupiter on your stuff, I've seen some of your videos where you have even featured some big time actors or big name actors in Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Jupiter would also help you to move to the next level where you want to get to?
Yeah, Jupiter is a famous Ghanaian artist, so big respect to him.
Is he known in Jamaica?
Yes, he has a few collabs in Jamaica as well. I believe he has one, I can't remember his name right now, but it's a dancehall artisan that was juggling for a while. So yes, I would say he's known in Jamaica currently.
Now, I know the audio is done. Is it released?
Yes, we released it last week.
And how is the feedback? How is the reception?
The feedback is really good. Ellen Beanie did an article on it, and since that, like a whole bunch of articles just sprouted. So big ups to Ellen Beanie. Big respect due to him. So yeah.
I see. Has music started paying you yet?
Yes, I mean, we're in these days where we have Spotify, we have SoundCloud, we have iTunes. So yeah, in music, you have to register your music proper way. Business is business, as we like to say. And if you're going to do business, you have to condone business the proper way, in a professional way. So yes, I have been earning from it.
And how about performance? How active are you on the stage? Maybe touring, doing some 1 or 2 shows here and there?
Yeah, so actually after this tour, I head back to the States. I have a performance on the 13th of March. That's a fundraiser event. And then right after that, I head to Antigua. And then I should have a summer tour starting right after Antigua. So I'm pretty busy.
Is Kiki doing the live thing or playback?
Live. Most of my stuff are live.
Most of your stuff are live. Okay, so let's sing for the people. Let's tell them that the voice is real.
All right. In these times, the youths not really talk a lot. Them a left you dead and all police can't even find you back. Serious times. When no food up on your plate, you broke, you're thirsty for some change for come on your way. But in every case, it's like your curse, brother. Where the youth them fit do with two subjects, turn a work there. And the only river left is turn a murderer. It hurt me sad. Where the youth them want go if the pass. In these times, the youths not really talk a lot. Them left you dead and all police can't even find you back.
Wow, fantastic. Now the good thing is that reggae artist Black Prophet listened to Kiki's song and he endorsed her voice. So who am I to even doubt it? And of course, with the little we just listened to, it is clear that she has something. What's the style? Is it reggae? Is it dancehall?
It's mixed. So like it just depends on the rhythm that I get. Sometimes I feel like I want to DJ. What we call in Jamaica DJ is like the flow. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I want to sing J, which is like the DJ flow, but also ending tones with singing. And sometimes I actually just want to sing. So that's why I don't label myself as a reggae artist or so and so artist, because I basically just flow with whatever the beat. When I receive a beat, I basically let the beat tell me what to say. It sounds weird, but I'll get a beat and I'll start mumbling, and then the flow would come and then the words will come after. So I wouldn't declare myself as a dancehall artist or a reggae artist.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a recording artist.
I've listened to not all your songs, no two ways about that. I've listened to them, the few ones I just listened to this afternoon, and I did not listen to a love theme. I listen to realities. For instance, the one I just sang, the liar, Mr. Politician. But knowing you were a female, I was expecting you to be doing more. At least I was expecting to be listening to love songs back to back. But I did not listen to any yet. I don't know whether you, or of course you might have one, but it is not a running theme in your compositions.
So I do have love songs. However, again, pointing back to the type of artist I am, I want to be realistic. So in life, yeah, you fall in love, you fall out of love. So I'll have love songs that are talking about being out of love. I have mostly songs that are realistic that people can relate to, like Liad. Everyone can relate to just corrupt politicians on a whole. I have songs, the one that I just previewed a while ago, which is basically talking about the seriousness about the streets. Like, we're living in a time and age where people don't really have patience with people. People are unable to get jobs, so they go to the streets. That's their solution, you know? So you can't really play around with people's feelings, or you can't really talk to certain people a certain way, because you never know what can happen. That's the reason why I called it serious times, you know? So overall, realistically, I am an artist who is always going to have music where someone can listen to it and say, Jano, you know, so I've been through that. So most of the time, I didn't want to be cliche as a female artist and have love songs all the time. So I just wanted to be different, you know, because being the same as everybody else is just so boring.
I see. But I also want to suspect it means you are not emotional. Kiki is not emotional. Kiki is the hard type. A gangster.
I'm very militant, yeah. I get that a lot. I don't see it. I just feel like I'm very laid back, very cool. You know, down to earth, but I get that I'm militant a lot. Like sometimes I'll be sitting here and they'll be like, smile, and I'm like, oh, I thought I was smiling.
You're smiling in your head, but outwardly you're not. Interesting. But does it also affect your composition that because some people even think that as a lady they have this cliche, sex sells. Sing about my boobs, sing about my ass, sing about this and that.
Right.
But you are doing the militant kind of thing.
Right.
Does it affect? Is it because of your attitude that is what you put on paper?
That's a good question. I never really thought about that. I don't fully agree with it, because I basically, what I write on paper is what I've been through. Or say for instance, I have a close friend. Like I have a song where I'm basically saying, you know, I just lost my job and I don't have money to buy my daughter's shoes for her schooling next month. I know a person that went through that. You get what I'm saying? So certain things that happen in life, I reflect on pen and paper. So it's not per se because I'm so serious. Like I have songs, as an artist, you're supposed to be able to write about anything at the drop of a hat. I have a song that I'm writing that you would swear like I'm in love, and I'm not in love right now. So I would say just overall, my feelings overall in general is what really pushes me to write certain things on pen and paper.
I see. Now in Ghana, in the reggae and dancehall fraternity, we have some big names. Stone Boys, the Shatawale, Saminis. Have you tried connecting to any of them?
Yes, I have actually sat down with Stone Boy before as well. I did let him know that I'm in Ghana as well. So Stone Boy is a person that I knew before I even came to Ghana because of him coming to Jamaica so often. Once again, I am in the production world, the video production world, so I met him through that avenue, you know. And then he saw me as an artist and was like, yo, you're bad. So like we just stay connected, you know.
But are there plans of maybe recording with him soon?
Can't too talk. You'll
know.
see. You'll see. What will happen? What's meant to happen, I should say, will happen.
I see. Have you performed in Ghana yet?
Yes, I did. The last time I was in Ghana, I did like Labadi Beach, a few performances there, and I can't remember the last place, but I performed with Zali Hali, so big ups to Zali Hali as well.
Zali
yes.
Hali. Yeah, Zali Hali. I hear she's now based in Germany also.
Yeah, I heard that too. So.
Yeah, she's gone to Europe.
Yeah.
I see.
It's a good look.
I know about that. Now, talk about music distribution. If you do a song with a Ghanaian artist like, say, Jupiter, do you get the Ghanaian side of people streaming your songs? I know you can check all these analytics. Do you get that happening more?
Yes, so we have the regular avenue. So me as an artist, even if it wasn't Ghana, let's say if it's in Kenya, I'm going to look up the distributions, like the iTunes for Kenya. So I am very open to connecting with different distribution. I know in Ghana you have Aftown, so I connected with them as well.
Okay, so your songs are also being streamed on Aftown.
It should be on Aftown by this week, actually. Yes.
Okay, it is yet to be there.
Correct.
I see. Now, Ghana music, where you are based in US, but you still have your eyes in Jamaica.
Yes.
Do you hear Ghana music being played all over the world?
I do, and now we're living in a time and age where it's Afrobeat is a thing right now. So you're constantly hearing it. When you go to certain clubs, they play Afrobeats, you know. People, I have a lot of American friends and they're like, yo, I don't understand what they're saying, but I love it. And I'm like, I get the best of both worlds because coming back into America, I grew up around my dad as well. So I've heard high life, like even today, I was in the taxi and I heard old mix. And I was laughing with my friend because the guy, Aquatus. And I'm like,
what is Aquatus? Apietus?
Aquatus, whichever it was. But I remember it as a teenager growing up, you know, and I was just like, wow, this song still plays. Like, I can't remember which song it was, but it was a song that I remember from way back, and I was start singing it, and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot about this song.
Aquatus.
Don't make fun of me.
No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to mention it the way you did. Aquatus. Apietus should hear this. That someone damaged his name. That's a beautiful thing. But do you speak any of the local languages?
No, I mostly understand Tree, but when we were younger, my dad always used to say, you'll learn Tree when you go to Ghana. And I'm like, so I never ended up going to Ghana until 2 years ago. So my brother and my little sister are the same. They kind of understand certain things when it's said to them, but speaking it, no.
I see. So what kind of language do you really write when you are doing your compositions? Because the letter you did here, I'm sure I heard some patois in there.
I mostly write in patois. Like even if I'm singing in English, I mostly write in patois. Most of my songs, they're broken English, which is patois. I don't think I have a song where I'm singing straight in English.
Okay, so most of the songs you do straight. All right, so her name is Chiney Kiki, all the way from the US of A here in Ghana to do some 1 or 2 active promotions here in our music business and more. Now, in music, do females have a little bit of a preference where people say, oh, because she's a female, let's give her this treatment. Because he's a male, let's give him this preference. Does that happen where you come from?
It tends to happen a lot. I'll receive or I'll get a person message me and say, hey, I have a rhythm for you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then attached to the rhythm, I think your voice will sound so nice and soft on this. And I'm like, okay. But give me some hardcore rhythms too, because I can DJ, you know. So I like when I wouldn't say people doubt me, but I like when people feel like, yo, this rhythm too hard for you, and then when I get it, and then I tear up the rhythm, and they're like, they're shocked. So I like being underestimated at times because it shows me that I can change your mentality on me as a female artist. Don't feel because I'm a female artist I'm like this soft spoken yes woman,
I get it. And do you also, where you live, do you also suffer women being taken advantage of in the name of entertainment?
I would say so, because a lot of people, they don't really per se believe in you or want to work with you unless they receive something on their end. This is why as female artists you have to come with your money, or whatever the case may be. You have to be strictly about business and let them know, say like, this is business,
Have you suffered that before?
Plenty of times.
And how did you overcome that?
I just straightforward, okay, how much do you want to charge for studio, how much you charging for mixing, and it's up to them if they want to continue or not. Some of them have continued, some of them haven't, but it's not my loss. If it didn't happen, it wasn't meant to happen. That's how I look on it.
If it didn't happen, it wasn't meant to happen. Okay, I get it. Now, what is your biggest song so far, Chiney?
Biggest song would definitely have to be Liar Than Revelation, and now One Life.
Let's do Revelation. A bit of it.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm afraid for said the things that I go through. Can't take the pressure, cause my blessings overdue. No amount of friends on enemy, the family me lose, them never clue. Yeah, Asante wa a warrior fit true, Lord. Me used to show them wagwan. In my head, me wonder where me trust for. Said one you trust, turn around for cause you clot. So me not trust no shadow of the dark, no revelation. Mine know you show your situation. Them quick fi betray, hold your space, God. The meditation of your heart. Revelation, mine who you show your situation. Them quick fi betray, hold your space, God. Them claims said them spiritual, so where them fighting for? Me nah have no time for waste, not have no time for petty war. Them sit down and chat your way, you got your house and car. No love when you down, but when them up, them want compare. See them account, where they in your account. Where them did that when you drop on your mouth, yeah. Them woulda love to knock you out of your boat. I watch you all a stifle and a drown.
Wow. That's a strong voice.
Thank you, give thanks.
No, I'm mesmerized. Seriously, the voice is so punchy, so strong. So this is your strongest song so far?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I feel like the song, because of what I've been through while writing it. My grandmother had passed away last year. Okay. So this was the first song I wrote since her passing. It was like 6 to 8 months since I wrote the song. Like I just couldn't, every time I tried to sit down and write to it, I couldn't go through it. And then I remember I received the beat pattern originally from a different producer, and something happened where we didn't end up working together, and I rebuilt the rhythm with Vladimir, who's based in Serbia. So I am actually co-producer of this song as well. We built the rhythm over. I told him which parts I wanted, dub in the second verse, etc., etc. And like I remember writing it, I was like crying at the time because the first verse where I say the amount of friend turn enemy, the family me lose. So it's not the amount but the person, like the person is worth like 1,000 family members, so this song was very emotional, and I feel like because it was so emotional, every time I perform it, every time you hear it, you hear that emotion in my voice.
I see. Yeah. So what is the main breakthrough opportunity you're looking for as an independent artist?
Just to really push through. Like every artist wants to be somewhat famous, but me on a whole, as long as I'm pushing music that can help someone, I know how it feels to like go through something and you hear a song like, I can do this, and you're encouraged. That feeling, I know that feeling. So if I can cause that feeling on someone else, that's an accomplishment for me.
Who is your inspiration in the music world?
I have so many inspirations. I can't list one. My inspirations are also some of my most favorite singers. You have Alicia Keys, you have Beyonce, you have Afro artists, Yemi Holiday. You have so many artists that I constantly listen to. There's Queen Ifrica on the Jamaica side. So I wouldn't say there's one person, there's several persons. My friends are also my idols somewhat, because some of the stuff that they go through, I see what they go through, and I see them come out of it stronger than even before. So different things in different times of life encourage me to be the person who I am.
I see. Now, with the level you've gotten to, would you accept to be in a music reality show?
Yeah, why not?
Like America Got Talent?
If the opportunity, you never know. If the opportunity passes, of course.
I see. And would that not maybe diminish your value? Would that not decrease your value, knowing very well who you are? You've started your music business already. Maybe you go for the auditions and you don't get to the stage you wish to get to.
Experience. It's an experience I can use towards music, you know? As long as it doesn't take away from my music. You know, most of those shows, they have rounds where you have to write a song and then you have to perform the song. So that's just, I feel like those type of shows build you as an artist because it trains you how to sing in front of thousands of crowds. You know, instead of just building your way up. You're still building your way up with these shows. But I feel like the shows like this, you get to see millions of people, you get music videos, you get training, you get vocal lessons. So I feel like that's actually building you as an artist.
I see. Now, knowing where you do your distribution, your music distribution, would you permit a featured Ghanaian artist to do tree or akan in your songs?
Yes, I actually have a song that we're not releasing it yet, but you will hear it where he's speaking tree in the song, and I have my part where I'm speaking patois, but in one of the parts I'm actually saying a term in tree, and it's basically a love song where we're talking about, you know, certain persons might not want to see us together, but at the end of the day, love is what conquers all.
I see. You mentioned Ya Santua in one of your songs. What is it about Ya Santua?
So my dad actually gave me the Ghanaian name of Ya and Santua, but
Your dad gave you that name?
Yes, but I was born on Saturday, so I have to say Ama. So just knowing him always saying that that's my Ghanaian name, and you know, reading about her being the first warrior female to lead a, you know, successful army, that was just what I was feeling at the moment. I felt like I'm a brave spirit, a warrior, and I started writing, and then I was like, I have to put it somewhere in here. And then yeah, Santi warrior for you, because the stuff that I go through sometimes I'm like, how did you do that? And so it just reminds me, sometimes we have to remind ourselves that you're stronger than what you think, you know? So that was just like, I feel like that line was me encouraging myself to myself, like, you're a warrior, this is what your name is, you can get through this.
I see, so you are Amma Santua.
Yes.
Alright, so that is her other name, in case you don't know, Chiney Kiki, aka Amma Santua. Now let's try to find out where we can get some of her works before we say goodbye, because she's going to be in Ghana for just some few days or weeks, and she will be away. But then who knows, maybe you can still track her out for some gigs, for some features or collaborations, wherever she'll be in the world. So Kiki, where can we get some of your songs, the streaming, the social media handles and all of that?
So social media handles, all streaming is Chiney Kiki, ChineYkiki. Email is ChineykikiMusic, MUSCI, @gmail.com. Website is Chineykiki.com. Twitter is ChineykikiMusic.
What are you enjoying in Ghana? What is the best thing you are enjoying in Ghana so far?
Just my roots. Learning. I'm used to the food back in America.
Which are the foods?
Food.
Which one?
Jollof, kenke, fufu.
Oh, you.
I'm Ghanaian, okay?
You eat fufu even back in the US?
I love fufu, yeah.
You don't mean it. Including kenke?
I love kenke. I'm not a fan of banku, but I love kenke.
I thought you were going to mention that you miss ackee and saltfish or something.
I eat ackee and saltfish on the Jamaican side, rice and peas. I eat wache, Ghanaian side, jollof.
You like wache as well?
I like wache, but I love jollof.
I see.
Like and love.
You like wache, but you love jollof.
Jollof is life. Yeah.
Rasta gave Kiki wache before she leaves. Of course, that's been a good hangout with Kiki. She's going to be in Ghana, so while she's here, if you have any gig, if you have any feature, if you have any spot of show business or music, I'm sure she will be available to do this with you. Kiki, speak to them finally before we say goodbye. Tell them that you need a fan base in Ghana, therefore they should work it out for you as early as possible.
Once again, follow me on Instagram, Chiney Kiki, Twitter, Chiney Kiki Music. My website is ChineyKiki.com. Just follow the works, because we're going to be releasing a lot of acoustics, a lot of lives, music videos, the whole 9 yards. And big ups to Sammy Flex for having me out, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much. We're going to meet again, maybe in the US of A. Which states do you live in the US?
I'm in Connecticut.
Connecticut, yeah. You head house is at Connecticut, yeah. So one day when we land in the US of A, you might also see us in Connecticut. Thank you so much for being a part of the Real Talk here on Sammy Flex TV. Saying thank you to Digital Rasta Currency as well as Richie Flex. We're going to do this again some other time. We call this International Connect because almost all the international people are coming to us here at Sammy Flex TV. Salute and be safe.
Bless and love.